In the top stories, Apes Hill workers back on the job after one protester is struck by a vehicle. Sinckler reiterates the need for professionals to pay their taxes. And Barbados Pride rebound to beat Windward Islands. Welcome to Nation News for Monday, December 7th, 2015. I'm Natasha Beckles. Maintenance workers at Apes Hill Club have returned to work on Monday afternoon after almost 3 full days of strike action. But one incident has left a bitter taste in the mouth of Barbados Workers Union Deputy General Secretary Dwayne Paul. He told Nation News while the workers were peacefully picketing, a vehicle plowed through the picket line and struck one of them. The worker reportedly sought medical attention and the matter was handed over to the police. Mr. Paul said just over 40 workers returned to their jobs after receiving word that management is willing to meet.
Picketing, this is the third day of protest action. Awaiting word, still keeping our options open for a meeting, but we've also spoken internally in terms of seeking to bring support to these guys if a meeting could not be convened. We have been informed by the Chief Labour Officer's office that the company has proposed a meeting for Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m.
Minister of Finance Sinckler is not backing down from his position that professionals, including doctors and lawyers, have to meet their tax obligations. He told reporters Barbados could even face sanctions if it is unable to meet certain international tax reporting obligations. Mr. Sinckler was speaking on the sidelines of a green climate change consultation on Monday.
Some people do not even want to file. And here's what's happening. Under many of the treaties which we are being forced to sign or put into law, like FATCA and so forth and so on, the US and other authorities are saying to us, but you can't come and tell me you have 100 and somebody thousand people working and only 60 or 70 or 80,000 of those are filing. I mean, we have firms from our country who are investing in your country, who are dealing with accountants and lawyers and engineers and different types of consultants. And you're saying to me you can't get them to file? Well, that's not satisfactory. That is not satisfactory. We need to have information on them. This is what's going on here. Otherwise, you will face sanctions.
Member of Parliament for St. Lucie, Dennis Kelman, is giving his backing to the proposal for a desalination plant after many of his constituents were left without water for more than 24 hours over the weekend. He estimated that 90% of residents were affected by the outage and said desalination is the answer to the water scarcity problem facing the country.
If we are a water scarce country, it means that we will not be able to increase our supply from the aquifers. What it means now, that with rising sea levels, there's only one thing left for us to do, go desalination. And by going desalination, you're solving two problems. You're solving the rising sea level, and you are actually helping to replenish the aquifers and ensuring. And you know what is interesting? If we are to continue to build the number of hotels and bring in more people to Barbados, we have to increase our water supply.
A member of the Public Accounts Committee has refuted accusations that infrequent meetings by the body is negatively affecting the operations of the Office of the Auditor General. Independent Senator John Watson said the committee has been hard at work despite having to maneuver around weekly parliamentary sessions and cabinet meetings. The PAC, which is charged with reviewing the Auditor General's report, is headed by Leader of the Opposition, Mia Motley.
My experience so far on the committee has been that we have looked at the Auditor General's report. We have identified areas in the Auditor General's report that we needed to attend to, and those issues were being attended to through, first of all, by discussion it among the committee, and then by interviewing members of the service that were part of the Auditor General's report.
Christmas will come a little early for some Barbadians this year, as early as Saturday, when the annual Love Day event comes off. Speaking last week as a number of people gathered for a gift wrapping session, entertainer and organizer Terry Mexican Arthur said the group will spread love and cheer to communities all across Barbados. Donations will be made to the children's ward at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital and the elderly at the geriatric hospital. And speaking of an early Christmas, Santa Claus visited Sandy Lane over the weekend for the hotel's 14th annual Christmas party for its employees' children. Each child received a gift from Santa, along with a chance to ride a mechanical bull, slip down a giant slide, and a chance to get their faces painted. From all reports, a jolly time was had by all. In sport, Barbados Pride rebounded from defeat to record a 181-run victory over Windward Islands Volcanoes on Monday in regional cricket. Chasing a victory target of 379, the Volcanoes were bowled out for 197. Scores: Barbados Pride 296 and 261 for 7 declared, Windward Islands Volcanoes 179 and 197. Table leaders Guyana Jaguars beat Trinidad and Tobago Red Force by an innings and 49 runs, while Jamaica Scorpions beat Leeward Islands Hurricanes by 3 wickets. For volleyball lovers, the Junior Caribbean Championships are underway at the Wilde Gymnasium. Curacao and United States were the early winners, beating Aruba and Guadeloupe respectively in straight sets. Barbados men, the defending champions, will take on an arch rivals Trinidad and Tobago at 8 tonight. And finally, a newspaper in Norway is sure to be on this year's naughty list after it accidentally published a fake obituary for Father Christmas. The ad claims Saint Nick died at the age of 226 on December 3rd, and his funeral will be held at the North Pole Chapel later this month. It is unclear who created the pretend death notice or how it ended up in the publication's obituary page, but it was later removed from the newspaper's website. Norway's second largest newspaper later released a statement to apologize for the incident and said it was reviewing its internal procedures. And that's Nation News for Monday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Tuesday or subscribe to our e-paper. Thank you so much for joining us.